guys, my name is Rubik and today I'm going to teach you how to solve a cube using a mixture of CFOP and a few alterations that I've made. So right in front of me I've got a solved cube which we will just shuffle up in a minute in a random order. And what you want to, and I'm going to solve the cube by the end of the video. And I'm going to teach you step by step how to solve this cube. So the cube is mainly solved in 4 different steps. So number 1 is the cross. At least the 4 steps I'm going to teach you how to solve the cube in. Number 1 is the cross. Number 2 is layer 1 and 2. Number 3 is the top layer. And number 4 is layer number 3. So I'm just going to explain what it means. So first we have to solve the cross, and then I'll explain what layer 1, 2, 3 top and bottom is. So let's say we want to solve the cross for the color green. A lot of people choose either green or white. I'm just going to go with green. Nice color, I don't know why not. But basically what you want to do is, cross is basically the plus sign. So you want to get all the greens here, here, here and here. And these are just basic maneuvers, figure it out how to do it. It's not very difficult to do. So if you've got a green here, this spot is empty, you move it up. Okay, so now you've got this side as well. If you can solve the corners, don't solve the corners, doesn't matter because you'll be moving it later anyways. Now if you have a green here and you want to get it up here or on one specific corner, let's say I want to move the green to this side, right? You just turn it to the side. You want to make sure that all green edges are on this layer, right? And then it's very simple to move into it. So if you've got a green layer that's up here or down here, you just move it one. And then now you've got one side solved, 2 sides solved, 3 sides solved. And now where is our 4th green? Our 4th green is here. So what you want to do is you want it to come here. So we move it in front. And then this one is vacant, doesn't have green. So now we solved our cross. This is the main cross that we want to solve as step 1. Step 1 is 2 subsections. Subsection 1 is solving the cross itself. And subsection 2 is already solved for us in this scenario. I'll be explaining 2 scenarios where it's not solved. But basically, can you see the pattern here? We've basically got yellow, yellow, orange, orange, white, white and red, red. Now I'm going to explain 2 scenarios where it won't be solved. So one scenario is that it's going to be solved as we just noticed. But you could also end up with a scenario where one side yellow and the opposite side white is solved. But 2 opposite sides, orange, red and orange, red are not solved. So what you want to do is, I'm going to hold the cube like this for perspective. We turn this one 360 degrees, sorry, 180 degrees, we turn it 180 degrees, and the top one also 180 degrees. These are the 2 incorrect sides that I just turned 180 degrees. Then we turn the back, so this is the side that's facing us. We turn that 180 degrees, and then we turn the top and the bottom 180 degrees again. And now we've got the cross intact, but now we've got orange and red, and then the yellow, yellow and white remain intact. Now another possible variation you could come up, like not you wouldn't come up with it, but I mean the cube would typically come up with is going to look something along the lines of this. So we've got red, red solved and white, white solved, which are adjacent sides, and then the other 2 adjacent sides are not solved. So there's orange, yellow and yellow, orange. Now what you want to hold the cube like this. You've got one incorrect side facing you. Imagine you're holding the cube and you're the audience. You've got one incorrect side facing you and the other one to your right. Okay, so I want to hold the cube like that now. So imagine you're holding a cube in front of you. I mean, just try solving along. And basically what you want to do is turn the right, at least for your right hand, turn it up once. Then turn it clockwise twice and turn right down once. Then you turn the top anti-clockwise once, right up, anti-clockwise once on the top, and then down once. So now look, your cross is intact. These corners don't matter because we'll be removing them later and solving it differently later. And you've got the cross, and now you want to turn this whole thing anti-clockwise once. And now that you've done that, you've got red, red, yellow, yellow, orange, orange and white, white. Now typically, let's say you end up in a situation where these sides are not already pre-solved. What you want to do is you want to keep turning this layer until either all sides are solved or at least 2 sides are solved. Because if 2 sides are solved, that means either you'll end up in a scenario where the opposites are wrong or the adjacents are wrong, and I just showed you algorithms to fix both those scenarios. So that's step 1, subsection A and B. Now the second scenario is going to be solving layer 1 and 2. So this is the face, because the green is our base, right? So this is the face, layer 1, 2, 3, and this is the bottom. face, 1, 2, 3, bottom, right? So right now our focus is going to be on solving the face and layer 1 and 2 simultaneously. So step 1, I'm going to show you how to solve. So what you're typically going to do is, when you're solving layer 1 and 2, you've already got the middle aspects of it, right? Which is what I was telling you, because this is the face. Now hold the face on your palm, right? So now you've got orange solved, yellow solved. So basically for the center, you've already got layer 1 and 2 solved, and you've also got the face piece solved. Now this is the face piece that is not solved, and the corner is also not solved. So this needs to be white, and this needs to be red. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to solve one corner, and then I'm going to solve the other two corners because it basically follows the same algorithm, and then the last corner I'll show you how to solve because it can get a bit tricky. So let's choose a specific corner. Let's go with this corner, right? Because there's already a green on it. So step 1 is getting the green out of the way. So you move the green up. I'll just do it like this for you. So this is the face. We move the green up, which is now out of the way, and we move the green to the side. You're going to move it to the side away from this line, right? This entire side. Because if I move it here, then the green is just here. So if you move it back, then the green is just still going to end up here, right? But basically what you want to do is, what you want to, where did that piece go? 1 second. So yes, typically now you've got that green out of the way. So basically where you were over here, right? You've got the green here. So now what you want to do is you want to get the green up and move it in this direction and move it out of the way. And so you basically move the cross back down. So cross is intact. Now the green is out of the way, it's on this layer. Now whenever you're solving, just a small tip, make sure the green is always on the sides. Like this is layer 3, right? Remember I told you face 1, 2, 3 and bottom. But right now we're holding the face at the bottom, but just for this aspect of it. I mean for the rest of the cube now we'll hold this at the bottom. You know what, we'll call this face because we're solving this first and then we're solving this last, so we call it face. But that's my terminology, you can call it whatever you want. But now what you want to do is make sure that the green faces that you're solving for are always on layer 3. So now with this specific green that we're solving, we've got orange and yellow, right? So you've got green and the colors on the same piece, are yellow and orange. Now what you want to do is, because you're going to be solving, because we've got green here, so we've got orange and yellow, that means we are going to be solving for this, right? I mean it could be put in here because it's going to be between orange and yellow, but we also want to solve layer 2 at the same time. So we need the edge piece of orange and yellow, which if we keep looking for a little bit, we will find it. So we've got orange and yellow right here, and we've got orange and yellow right here. That's basically next to the green piece. Now what you want to do is, you want this green to face here, so that yellow is next to each other and orange is next to each other. So you move this green down, and we move this piece away from that green, and we move the green up. So now we've got this green piece with the orange and yellow, and we've got this orange-yellow piece away from it. So now what you want to do is move this green piece down once more. Sorry, no, but not this direction. So we moved it in this direction. We were right here, right? And it was adjacent. So move this down and move this orange away. So now we are in this situation. We've got the orange-yellow piece here, and we've got the triple colored piece here, which is green, orange, yellow. Now because we moved it down this direction this time, now to solve we will move it down in the opposite direction. So now we're moving it down here. And now basically this face is what's moving. So we don't want the orange and yellow to be on this face. So we don't want the orange and yellow piece to be here, we want it to be here. So we keep turning until orange and yellow is here, and we just move this green back up. Now we've got the green here, and we just got the orange together, yellow together. Now what you want to do is input this green face right here. So what you want to do is, you know that the green face looks like, it'll look in this direction, in this corner, right? No, this is surprisingly solved the yellow, but that doesn't matter. We've got yellow here and orange here, and we want the green piece to be here, because if the green piece is here, then these two oranges will automatically end up here, and these two yellows will automatically end up here. So that means that we need to move this green out of the way, which I did in the wrong direction, but basically, one second. So we'll move the green, we've got the green here, so we'll move it out of the way here, because we'll be moving this piece up. So the green should not be in line with this. So I'm moving the green out of the way of line of this. And this is the other edge green piece, which is the part of the square or the cross which we saw in the beginning. And now what we just do is that green piece that we have with the orange and the yellow, just move it back to where we moved it from. So what I just did is, you've got the green here, we want it to be here. So you move it out of the way, get green up, move it back into the same place it was, back down. And now we solved the orange, yellow, and we got the side solved. Now I'm going to solve two other sides very quickly and just follow the thing I just did and just try and solve two other sides, and then don't solve the third side yet. I'll show you how to solve that. I mean, if you figure out how to solve it, then good for you, but I'll explain how to do that in a minute for those people who still haven't been able to run a confusions. Alright, I'll just explain it in a minute. I'll just solve the two other sides first before moving on to that. Okay. Yeah, that's one more side solved. Okay. So now we are in a situation where we've got three sides solved and there's just this one corner remaining. So what we want to do is first identify, as usual, the green piece. So green piece has red and yellow. Now we need to identify where the red and yellow edge is. So we've got, red and white edge. Red and white edge is here. Now notice for this red and white edge, the white is on top, but for the green piece, the red is on top, right? The green piece, red on top. So you want to change that, make white on top. Now, anytime we do any movement with this green piece, which is regarding up or down, if we move side, it doesn't matter, but if we are moving up or down, you always want to make sure that this is the corner we are moving from. Because if this corner moves up, and we move the cube, and we move it back down, then this corner is not getting altered. But if you do this and we move it, then the green corner is getting altered, which means your second and third layer automatically will also get altered. So we will always move, we'll get the green piece to, which is right next to, we'll get the green piece here, which is right next to this corner, this corner. So you move it up. If this white moves out of the way, it doesn't make a difference to us, right? So, yeah, one second. I'm just going to go back to the situation we were in. Which situation? Okay, so let's try this. One second, just give me a minute. I made a small error, which I need to correct this. Okay, I figured it out. So, one second, I made a small mistake. So, basically, what you want to do is the corner that is going to be unaffected by any of this is the corner that you want to make sure that the green is on top of. Because the green piece corner that's not going to be affected by it. So, basically, what you want to do is move the green piece around so that it's solved for the red, and the white, and then you just basically move it into place. So make sure that none of the other corners are affected by it. So what basically you want to do is, you'd probably be in a situation like this where you've got the green, green, red and white right here, and you've got the other piece here. So what you want to do is, if you move this up, because you want the green piece, you've got the green piece here and the opposite corner is the unaffected piece. So if you move green down now, we can freely move this around, getting the edge piece goes with the green piece, and because it was not a green corner that we changed, it doesn't matter. Now what we want to do is, you want to make sure the green piece is in its location, which I explained to you earlier, so just follow those steps and solve the green. So that's how we solve the green face, and now layer 1 and 2 are solved throughout, right? Layer 1 and 2 are solved throughout. Okay, now what you want to do is solve for the bottom, which is blue, right? Because green, blue, opposite green was the face, layer 1, 2, 3, and the bottom. And then the last thing we solve will be the third layer. So what we do is, the most common situation you'll end up in is this, where you've got an L. Now once again, focus on the cross only, don't care about the corner pieces, they don't make a difference. Now we will look at them later. First focus on the cross only. So imagine you're the viewer, you're going to be holding it like this. So you're going to be looking at this piece, and the cross and there'll be this L shape that will be opposite you, right? So I'll be holding it like this, so basically you want to make sure that when you're looking at it from, you'll be looking at it from this angle, yes. So basically, the one edge piece should be on top and one edge piece should be to your left. One to your left, one to top. Now I'm holding it, so one is facing my left and the other one is on top. what you want to do is move the side facing us clockwise once, then the right hand one up one, then the top clockwise once, right hand down once, top anti-clockwise once, and the one facing you down one. Now we will end up with this, which is a straight line, right? You could possibly end up with the straight line as well. Basically, you skipped a step, you got lucky, and this time you want to make sure you're looking at the cube such that the line is horizontal, and then you do the same algorithm again. So the one facing you clockwise once, right up once, the top one clockwise once, right down once, top anti-clockwise once, and then the side facing anti-clockwise once, and then you will end up with a cross. So in this situation, I'm going to explain two algorithms in this specific setup, because I can't explain every single algorithm before the blue side. But there are two main algorithms which I will show you in a minute. Okay, so you could basically, if you end up over here or here, and if you don't, very simple algorithm to keep shifting around. What you will do is right up one, then clockwise twice, right down, then top will be anti-clockwise once, right up, then top will be anti-clockwise once, and down. Now you see I've changed the face of the cube. So basically, if you do that enough, you will end up with this scenario where you've got the cross and one corner solved. Now, basically from this corner, there will be two adjacent unsolved corners and one opposite unsolved corner. So these are the two adjacent. So this is one adjacent unsolved corner, this is the other adjacent. So from this corner, if we move down, we reach a blue. If we move straight down. And on the other adjacent corner, if we move down, we don't reach a blue, the blue is to the side. So you want to make sure that that piece is facing you, and it will be to your right hand side. If it's on the other side, it will be on your left hand side, but for now I'm going to explain the right hand side and then I'll go to the left hand side. So right goes up once, then it will go clockwise twice, right down, anti-clockwise once, right up, face anti-clockwise once, and then right down, and you've got blue solved. Now the other setup would be if you've got the right hand side blue piece on your left. Basically, if you go down from the blue and you meet the adjacent piece that does not have a blue on it, and it is to your left, the algorithm will be left up one. So make sure that piece is facing you. So left up one, and then clockwise twice, left down one, then clockwise once, left up once, clockwise once, and you've got blue solved. So right now we finished off layer 1, 2, the face and blue, which is the bottom. Now hopefully you will end up with two headlights like these, right? These are two headlights. It doesn't matter if this middle piece is solid or not. We need two headlights and make sure it's in the correct color. So you could possibly be in the setup and just identify two headlights and then make sure you bring it to the right color, which is red. So make sure that it comes to red. So you got red headlights on the red side. Now this side needs to be opposite to you. It's quite possible that you don't have any headlights at all, that's okay, but what you need to do is just do the algorithm that I'm going to show you and then do it again. So when you do it once, if you don't have headlights, you will get the headlights, and then you do it again and then you will get to the next phase. So what you do is right down one, and then the side facing you clockwise once, then right down again, and the side opposite you, that's not facing you, will move clockwise or anti-clockwise twice. So it doesn't matter which direction, because twice is going to end up with the same thing. Right up once, then the side facing you anti-clockwise, right down once, and then the side that's opposite you will go twice in any direction, and then the right hand side down twice. Now we've got this setup where we've got headlights on all sides. Now there's another setup that you could possibly have, which is you have headlights on three sides and one side is perfectly solved. So we are going to move on to that in a minute, but I'm going to show you an algorithm to get to that. So what you do is take up any side, just any side, right? Just look at any side. And now you want to do this algorithm, which is basically, I think it's this one. So, yes, one second. We will use the algorithm. So basically, you move you get all the headlights together. Okay, perfect. And I'm just going to show that to you in a second of how to do. So now that we're in this situation, we've basically got to do one algorithm twice. So basically when we do the algorithm, one side will get solved and the other three sides will have headlights, and then we do it again and the cube will be solved. So the algorithm is very simple. Because now we've got headlights on all four sides, you pick up any face, any side that's facing you, and that face that says basically the side that's facing you, you turn it clockwise twice or anti-clockwise twice, and then you turn it anti-clockwise or clockwise, your choice. You turn it, okay, let's just turn it, we turn it clockwise once, then we turn left down one, right down one, with the side facing you clockwise or anti-clockwise any direction twice, and then we've got we bring left up and right up, and then we move it, we basically move it such that basically we're here, so we want to move it that the green is facing us. So in my case I had to turn it clockwise, and then you basically turn the side facing you clockwise or anti-clockwise twice. It doesn't matter, because when you're turning it twice it will just end up in the same manner, because I've got green here, so if I turn it twice, the green will end up at the bottom. If I do it the other way, the green will end up at the bottom. So it doesn't make a difference if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise. So now you'll notice that we've got red solved, and we've got headlights on all three sides as I mentioned. So we do the same algorithm again, which is going to be the side facing you twice, clockwise, anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. Then top clockwise, left and right bottom. Then the side facing you clockwise twice. Then left, right, up. Then top clockwise once. Side facing you will go clockwise, anti-clockwise in any direction twice. And now you've got a full solved cube, right? And you've got a full solved cube. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's how to solve a cube using CFOP and some of my alterations.